Best places to visit in Vietnam. Vietnam is filled with captivating natural beauty, amazing archaeological wonders, and delicious cuisine too. Discover tradition and history in Vietnam's charming rural villages, and see the dynamic new face of Asia in the hubbub of its thriving cities. With so many amazing places to see, it's hard to choose which are the essential must-sees. To help you make this tricky decision, we've listed our top 10. Ha Long Bay. Ha Long Bay is a jewel in Vietnam's scenic crown. Widely considered to be one of the natural wonders of the world, this UNESCO World Heritage listed region is simply breathtaking. Thousands of karst limestone and jungle-covered peaks and isles rise dramatically out of the emerald waters of the bay. On the famous islands of Ha Long Bay, caves, hidden coves and beautiful beaches await discovery, and the towering peaks provide some of the best rock climbing in Southeast Asia. The ideal way to explore Ha Long Bay is on board a traditional junk boat, which can either be privately chartered or shared. Enjoy a cruise on a junk and explore remote offshore islands, kayak and swim in the warm waters, and capture an incredible sunset over a panorama of peaks. Ho Chi Minh City. Saigon, or formerly Ho Chi Minh City, is a vibrant, cosmopolitan hub of Vietnam and the original Pearl of the Orient. In this thriving metropolis, old and new collide. Gleaming skyscrapers, expensive restaurants, bars and designer shops stand in stark contrast to the ancient pagodas, colonial-era landmarks, ramshackle markets and wandering monks. Saigon is a feast for the senses, fast-paced, colorful, loud and utterly mesmerizing. Whilst it hurtles headfirst into the 21st century, Saigon is a city with a compelling and unforgettable history. Key sites such as the historic Reunification Palace, the Revolutionary Museum, and the War Remnants Museum provide a fascinating insight into the Vietnam War and the historic fall of Saigon in 1975. 70 kilometers northwest of the city, the historic Siu Kai tunnels, which played such a vital role in the war, are another highlight. Hoi An. UNESCO listed Hoi An as a former merchant trading post, famed for its beautifully preserved architecture, ancient cobbled streets and picturesque riverside location. The influence of past traders from Japan, China and Europe is evident in Hoi An, whose back streets are lined with large, attractive merchant houses and pagodas. Today, Hoi An is awash with art stalls and markets, fabulous restaurants and cooking schools, not to mention streets literally lined with tailor shops, all catering for the town's thriving tourist trade. Nevertheless, Hoi An still manages to retain its traditional character and charm, and with pedestrian streets devoid of the usual cacophony and chaos of traffic, Hoi An's quiet and relaxed pace of life adds to its effortless appeal. The Mekong Delta. The Mekong Delta in southeast Vietnam is one of the world's greatest river regions. The delta is a hive of activity and serves as a crucial transport and agricultural hub. Known as the Rice Bowl of Vietnam, it has lush rice paddy fields and colorful fruit orchards, enchanting villages, and bustling floating markets. Life thrives on the delta, which is home to hundreds of species of animals and fish, not to mention its human inhabitants. Maintaining a very traditional way of life, the locals have adapted well to life on the water, traveling, fishing, trading and even sleeping on their sampans and boats. Discover the magic of the Mekong Delta aboard the traditional sampan boat, or travel in comfort on an overnight Basak rice barge cruise and barter at the floating market in Can Tho. Hanoi. Known as the Paris of the Orient, Hanoi is the gracious capital and cultural heart of Vietnam. Located on the northern Red River Delta, Hanoi is dotted with scenic lakes and leafy boulevards. It is a city of fascinating contrasts, where Parisian chic meets Asian vigor. Brightly colored pagodas and crumbling 11th century buildings stand alongside modern high-rises and grand French colonial-style villas. Locals practice graceful tai chi in the parks, while cyclos and mopeds weave dangerously through city streets. Age-old customs are retained in the winding streets and alleys of the Old Quarter, and the city's French colonial legacy remains evident. The pace of life in Hanoi is much more relaxed than frenetic Ho Chi Minh in the south, and whilst it has developed over recent years and embraced tourism, it retains a refreshing old-world charm. Nguyen. Nguyen is a beautiful beach resort built around a charming fishing village. The seafront resorts are low-rise with landscape gardens, making Nguyen a developed yet attractive beach complex. With a reputation as the adrenaline capital of southern Vietnam, Nguyen is a popular surf destination between August and December when the waves arrive, while the gales from October to April attract the wind and kite surfers. The famous red and white sand dunes are a perfect photo opportunity as the changing winds sculpt the vivid sands, while for the more adventurous some sledding is possible. A scenic trek to Fairy Spring follows the stream from the sea all the way to its source, while the 9th century Cham Tower offers sweeping views of Nguyen town. Sapa. Located 1,500 meters above sea level, Sapa is a former French hill station, nestled in the rugged Tonkinese Alps and surrounded by lush valleys and verdant rice paddy fields. Here, farmers in conical hats plow the fields with water buffalo, and local ethnic minority groups such as Hmong and Dao maintain their age-old traditions and way of life, including their own language and wearing intricately embroidered traditional clothing. Sapa is an overnight train journey northwest from Hanoi, into the mountains near the Chinese border. Cooler than the city, Sapa is ideal for hiking in pristine scenery and visiting the ethnic minority villages. Depending on your fitness level, you can arrange anything from gentle walks to challenging hikes. Con Dao Island. A chain of 15 islands and islets, Con Dao is one of Vietnam's star attractions. With stunning deserted beaches, coral reefs, scenic bays and thick forests, the islands are the perfect place to sit back and relax or make the most of nature with trekking through mangroves, diving around the islands and wildlife watching. 80% of the island's land mass forms the Con Dao National Park, which protects sea turtle nesting grounds. Nesting season is from May to September, and visitors can spend a night at a conservation site on one of the islands to see the turtles in their natural habitat. Con Son Island is the main hub and has so far avoided mass tourism, making it a relatively untouched paradise with access to the surrounding islands and their idyllic beaches. Nha Trang. Considered to be the beach capital of Vietnam, Nha Trang is famed for its sweeping stretch of beautiful beach with offshore islands adding to the appeal. The turquoise waters offer fantastic diving opportunities, while the imposing mountains that loom over the city make for a stunning setting. The beachfront offers plenty to keep visitors risingly, has a wealth of seafood dining options. Nha Trang is something of a party town with great nightlife, though for those who prefer a little culture, century-old Cham Towers still stand in the center of town. Hue. Situated right in the middle of Vietnam, Hue is a stunning, imperial city brimming with a rich history and cultural heritage. Much like Beijing, Hue has its own Forbidden City, which is now in ruins because of the Vietnamese-American War and was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1993. Despite being just a shadow of their former glory, exploring the Imperial Citadel and tombs is an amazing experience and gives great insight into Vietnam's turbulent past. Another historical site worth visiting is the Thien Mu Pagoda, which is the home to numerous young monks in training and has excellent views over the picturesque Perfume River. If that sparks a desire for some more natural beauty, grab a bike from one of the many rental places and go on a leisurely cycle through the lush rice paddies that surround the city. best places to visit in Vietnam. Vietnam is filled with captivating natural beauty, amazing archaeological wonders, and delicious cuisine too. Discover tradition.
Về đi anh đưa ta về xứ Thanh lung linh trong màu nắng. Về đi anh Thanh Hóa anh hùng, dỗ ta qua bao đời trần màng, ngả nghiêng bóng kinh thành đất nhân kiệt địa linh. Về đi anh thì ta mới thấu tình người xứ son sắc thủy chung, một miền nắng cát khô mưa dầm bao vui, có vượt biển sóng trào mới hiểu người quê tôi. Về Thanh Hóa lòng ta mới thấy vì sao lại hát rồi, vì sao sóng cuồn đỏ đầy vân bao bậc đế vương xưa, bao kinh thánh phù bụi, bao chiến công oai hùng một thuở liệt oanh, như hạt sương long lanh dâng cho đời mãi sớm. Ơi Thanh Hóa quê ta vạn thuở vẫn anh hùng. Về Thanh Hóa ta dẫn nhau đi dưới hàng dừa xanh mát, thăm thành nhà hồ nắng mưa vẫn còn in, chiều trinh nữ năm xưa cưới voi đánh giặc, đất Hội Quân năm nào lên lời còn in sâu. Về Thanh Hóa lòng ta khao khát ngàn năm vẫn hát rồi, mẹ tôm vẫn nặng tình đầy thơ ai. Bên dòng má năm xưa bao anh hùng một thuở, ôi chiến công năm nào hàm rồng con in, như hạt sương long lanh dâng cho đời mãi sớm. Ơi Thanh Hóa quê ta vạn thuở vẫn anh hùng. Về đi anh đưa ta về xứ Thanh lung linh trong màu nắng. Về đi anh Thanh Hóa anh hùng, dỗ ta qua bao đời trần màng, ngả nghiêng bóng kinh thành đất nhân kiệt địa linh. Về đi anh thì ta mới thấu tình người xứ trần mạc vẫn son sắc thủy chung, một miền nắng cát khô mưa dầm bao vui, có vượt biển sóng trào mới hiểu người quê tôi. Về Thanh Hóa lòng ta mới thấy vì sao lại hát rồi, vì sao sóng cuồn đỏ đầy vân chiến công oai hùng một thuở liệt oanh, như hạt sương long lanh dâng cho đời mãi sớm. Ơi Thanh Hóa quê ta vạn thuở vẫn
Xoay Oreo, liếm Oreo, chấm Oreo, hãy về đồ Oreo.
Cuando existe incertidumbre y qué feo sabe la muerte cuando se hace por costumbre. Hasta mi cuerpo arribaron visitas inesperadas. Una se quedó conmigo, las otras iban de pasada. Unas caras con asombro y otras más desfiguradas. El doctor viene en camino.
Về đi anh đưa ta về xứ thanh lung linh trong màu nắng. Về đi anh thanh hóa anh hùng, dỗ ta qua bao đời trần mạc. Ngả nghiêng bóng kinh thành đất nhân kiệt địa linh. Về đi anh thì ta mới thấu tình người xứ Thành. Về thành phố rau má quê ta ấm tình người làm lúa. Bao đời trần mạc vẫn son sắc thủy chung. Một miền nắng cát khô mưa dập bão vui. Có vượt biển sóng trào mới hiểu người quê tôi. Về thành phố lòng ta mới thấy vì sao lại hót gió huy. Vì sao sóng cuồn đỏ đầy vân qua. Bao vương đế vương xưa, bao kinh thành phủ bụi, bao chiến công oai hùng một thùa liệt oanh. Như hà sương long lanh dâng cho đời mãi sóng. Ơi Thanh Hóa quê ta vạn thua vẫn anh hùng. Về đi anh đưa ta về xứ Thanh lung linh trong màu nắng. Về đi anh Thanh Hóa anh hùng, dỗ ta qua bao đời trần mạc. Ngả nghiêng bóng kinh thành đất nhân kiệt địa linh. Về đi anh thì thì ta mới thấu tình người xứ Thanh. Về thành phố ta dắt nhau đi dưới hàng dừa xanh thắm, thắm thành nhau nắng mưa vẫn còn in. Triều trinh nữ năm xưa cưỡi voi đánh giặc, đất hồi quân năm nào lên lời còn in sâu. Về thành phố lòng ta khao khát, ngàn năm vẫn hát rồi, mẹ tương vẫn nặng tình đầy thương ai. Bên dòng mà năm xưa bao anh hùng một thuở, bao chiến công năm nào hàm rồng còn ghi, như hạt sương long lanh dâng cho đời mãi sống. Về Thanh Hóa quê về xứ Thanh, toàn thua vắng nắng. Ơi Thanh Hóa Thanh ta, số ta qua bao đời yêu biết ngả nghiêng bóng thiên thần, đất nhân kiệt điện một mình. Về đi anh thì ta mới thấu tình. Nghe tiếng hát dân ca sao rộn ràng trong trái tim ta, hàng dừa xanh ôm bao bóng lá. Ôi hai tiếng quê hương đầy Thanh Hóa yêu thương, như chiếc nôi xinh núi đỏ kia còn ghi qua bao đời. Về quê Thanh đất rộng người đông, thuyền nhẹ đưa xem thắng cảnh hố công. Thành nhà hồ ngàn năm vững đẹp không, tới Nga Sơn có đường lên tiên, từ thức năm nào sẽ trần gian lên. Ngày về tìm quê hương đó bao năm liền, xin ghé thăm Hồng Đô Thiệu Hóa, thân tóc đôi tay biết bao cô nàng, quay ra dệt đánh trăng vàng gửi tới ai. Về thương xuân thăm lưng hương quê, rừng xanh xanh bao luồng lang chánh, tới Hà Trung ngâm nghĩa đường trèo ngon sâu. Về Nga Sơn mua một đôi chiếu, tặng cho ai khi mùa xuân tới, để chiếu Nga Sơn dệt bao mối tình, đôi lứa đã sinh thêm càng xinh. đã làm nên trang sử anh hùng. Triệu Trình Nương cưới ngàn đầu voi, diệt đồng ngô giữ gìn bờ cõi. Người đời ngàn năm gương sáng vẫn còn soi. Những đêm trăng núi ngọc lòng lanh, cầu bắc ngang sông bóng rồng lung linh. Nhịp treo hò khoan thêm thắm mối tình. Ôi tiếng ca hậu phương sao xuyến, lưu luyến hương thơm bay báo tin được mùa. Chiều quê nặng gánh thóc vàng, lòng xốn xao. Vầng dương lên đón ngàn mắt lưới, thuyền gió khơi cánh buồm lướt tới. Sóng sầm sơn du ca bơi về đầy trống khoan. Điệu dân ca rung lòng ai đó, người vô đây xin dừng chân ngắm. Ôi đất quê thanh thong bao tình người, đến chót đã quên đường về. Vầng dương lên đón ngàn mắt lưới, thuyền gió khơi cánh buồm lướt tới. Sóng sầm sơn du ca bơi về đầy trống khoan. Điệu dân ca rung lòng ai đó, người vô đây xin dừng chân ngắm. Ôi đất quê thanh thong bao tình người, nên chắc đã quên đường về.
Sa pi 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 pi.
Nào ta mua 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 mua.
pumpkin launcher, gold one. Gold pumpkin launcher. Man, there's a bunch of shields here. Slurp, everything. Come get the slurp.
Okay.
Don't fight him anymore. Just come get the slurp.
Oh, someone got me. Is that you?
No. Oh gosh. I lit him up. He has no health.
Where is he?
He is east. He's dead.
He had the chug chug.
Scar.
Where is it?
Bottom floor, Scar.
Oh, below. Beautiful.
There's a bunch of big shields. I don't know if you need to carry them or not.
I just feel like minis. Do you want to slide into the zone? We're getting
Yeah, we'll go to the zone in a second. Not all the zombies now.
darn
There's a lot of them.
Are you carrying big shields, right?
Sorry?
Are you carrying big shields?
Yeah. No, minis. I have 9.
Okay, I'm gonna carry big shields then, because
There's a
three
lot.
alone in this house.
100%.
Wait, Debbie, do the back to minis. Oh, there's someone on us? On me?
You sure?
Yeah.
That was me building.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Okay.
Welcome to Vietnam, the land of miracles. Vietnam, a country with a history that goes back thousands of years, is blessed by Mother Nature with heart-touching, magnificent landscapes. With unique values of biodiversity, culture and architecture, being home to 8 UNESCO-recognised World Natural Heritages, Vietnam comes across as a top attractive tourist destination in Southeast Asia. A mystical, dreamy and elegant Ha Long Bay. An ancient and poetic Chang An landscape complex. The captivating and spectacular site of Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. The mysterious, tranquil ancient temples and towers of My Son Sanctuary. The imperial citadel of Thang Long, the citadel of the Ho dynasty, the complex of Hue monuments are relics of the glorious royal dynasties in the history of Vietnam. Come to Vietnam, immerse yourself in her natural beauties and feel the strong vitality and great development potential of our country. The Vietnamese people have a deep-rooted patriotic spirit and a strong love for peace, independence and freedom. They cherish traditions, work hard and are creative in national building and development. They are simple, amiable and hospitable. Vietnam is a multi-ethnic country with 54 ethnic groups living together in peace, each having distinctive customs, practices and festivals. The charm of Vietnam lies in its diverse culture, with many world cultural heritages recognised by UNESCO, along with the selective absorption of world cultural quintessence. Vietnam is the common home to millions of religious followers. Besides major religions such as Buddhism, Catholicism, Protestantism, Islam, and indigenous religions such as Taoism and Hoa Hao, new religions and beliefs keep coming in, contributing to the country's multicolour religious picture and the diverse spiritual life of the Vietnamese. In Vietnam, religious activities are freely carried out under Vietnamese laws and are respected and protected. Coming to Vietnam, one shall not resist the distinctive culinary features, the dishes that have become art and nostalgia to tourists and those living away from home. Those are the time-honoured tastes and flavours of the Viet culinary heaven. Since the launch of Doi Moi reform in 1986, Vietnam has recorded outstanding achievements in economic development, with high and steady growth rate, robust trade and swift transformation of economic structure, with the industrial Welcome to Vietnam, the land of miracles. Vietnam, a country with a history that goes back thousands of years, is blessed by Mother Nature with heart-touching, magnificent landscapes. With unique values of biodiversity, culture and architecture, being home to 8 UNESCO-recognised World Natural Heritages, Vietnam comes across as a top attractive tourist destination in Southeast Asia. A mystical, dreamy and elegant Ha Long Bay. An ancient and poetic Chang An landscape complex. The captivating and spectacular site of Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. The mysterious, tranquil ancient temples and towers of My Son Sanctuary. The imperial citadel of Thăng Long, the citadel of the Ho dynasty, the complex of Hue monuments are relics of the glorious royal dynasties in the history of Vietnam. Come to Vietnam, immerse yourself in her natural beauties and feel the strong vitality and great development potential of our country. The Vietnamese people have a deep-rooted patriotic spirit and a strong love for peace, independence and freedom. They cherish traditions, work hard and are creative in national building and development. They are simple, amiable and hospitable. Vietnam is a multi-ethnic country with 54 ethnic groups living together in peace, each having distinctive customs, practices and festivals. The charm of Vietnam lies in its diverse culture, with many World Cultural Heritages recognised by UNESCO, along with the selective absorption of world cultural quintessence. Vietnam is the common home to millions of religious followers. Besides major religions such as Buddhism, Catholicism, Protestantism, Islam, and indigenous religions such as Taoism and Hoa Hao, new religions and beliefs keep coming in, contributing to the country's multicolour religious picture and the diverse spiritual life of the Vietnamese. In Vietnam, religious activities are freely carried out under Vietnamese laws and are respected and protected. Coming to Vietnam, one shall not resist the distinctive culinary features, the dishes that have become art and nostalgia to tourists and those living away from home. Those are the time-honoured tastes and flavours of the Viet culinary heaven. Since the launch of Doi Moi reform in 1986, Vietnam has recorded outstanding achievements in economic development, with high and steady growth rate, robust trade and swift transformation of economic structure, with the industrial and service sectors accounting for over 80% of the country's GDP. The flourishing market economy has enabled Vietnam to advance steadily on the path of industrialisation, modernisation and extensive international integration. Not only the world's top rice exporter, Vietnam has made itself one of the world's leading exporters of a variety of other products, such as tea, coffee, pepper, cashew nuts, fishery and aquaculture products, garments and textiles, which have secured a firm foothold in markets across the globe. Vietnam is restructuring its economy towards green and sustainable growth, with focus on the application of advanced technologies. The government of Vietnam attaches great importance to infrastructure investment and modernisation, considering it as the foundation for development, with a view to generating the most favourable links for sustainable growth across the country. Boasting a peaceful living environment and a dynamic way of life where human values are respected and cherished, Vietnam wishes to offer international visitors and friends the experience of a life full of success and happiness. Education and training, especially vocational training, have received special attention and investment, with a view to increase human resources quality, generate key drivers for sustainable growth, and meet the development demands in the era of integration. Taking pride in its ideal geographical location, its world's 14th largest market with over 90 million people, 60% of whom are under 25 years of age, that forms the backbone of the country's skilled workforce, stable business environment and enabling legal framework for enterprises to thrive. Vietnam offers promising business opportunities for foreign investment and has become a destination of choice for many of the world's leading corporations. Pursuing a foreign policy of independence, self-reliance for peace, cooperation and development through diversification and multilateralization of external relations and proactive international integration, being a reliable friend and partner of all countries and a responsible member of the international community. Vietnam has recorded significant achievements after 3 decades of reform, maintaining a peaceful, stable and favourable environment for development, firmly safeguarding national sovereignty and territorial integrity, and taking its international position to a new height. Come to Vietnam to sense the strong vitality of this land, the values and souls of its people, to embrace the natural beauties and cultural heritages of this nation, and to be immersed in the robust, miracle growth of one of East Asia's most dynamic centres that is vigorously rising to integrate with the world. Come to Vietnam, a Vietnam imbued with traditional values and national identities, a Vietnam of peace, stability and development.
Chào mừng bạn đến với Việt Nam, chúng tôi yêu Việt Nam.
Hi guys, my name is Ha and I'm 22 years old. I have just graduated from Foreign Trade University in Hanoi. So today I'm here to share with you my own English learning journey. So just 5 months ago, my English was really bad. What I could say is just, hi, hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? That's just horrible. The most embarrassing moment must be on a day when I was waiting at the bus stop and a foreigner came to ask me something. But I couldn't help him because I didn't understand any word he said. So I just answered him with only 3 sentences that I knew, and I guess he didn't understand it too. So afterward, he still politely thanked me and laughed, but in a moment, I saw a disappointed glance in his eyes. That's why I decided to seriously find an English course for beginner like me, and luckily I found Inbreaking. At first, I had some struggle in speaking and listening part because I hardly listen to English, so I didn't think that I have big problem with ending sounds. However, with a lot of encouragement from coaches of Triple English, I soon had motivation to start again. So just after 3 weeks, I became more confident in my speaking and listening skills. So after 3 months, I can communicate in English very fluently. The more confident I became in English, the more I loved English. Now, every weekend, I hang out in Hon Kim Lake to practice my English with foreigners. I'm so happy because I can communicate to the world. It's all thanks to Inbreaking. So let's start with us.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại với channel của Đằng HN ngày hôm nay. Và trong video này thì mình sẽ phỏng vấn người nước ngoài về cái chủ đề là họ thích và không thích nhất cái điều gì ở Việt Nam. Tất nhiên là mình sẽ hỏi bằng tiếng Anh rồi, nhưng mình muốn thay đổi cái intro đi một chút. Nếu các bạn mới ở đây thì là mình xin tự giới thiệu, mình là một YouTuber và bây giờ mình đang cố gắng để phỏng vấn người nước ngoài với những câu hỏi tiếng Anh để giúp các bạn học tiếng Anh. Nên là nếu có thể thì hãy bấm subscribe ở phía bên dưới để ủng hộ mình nhé. Và sau đây sẽ là video. Okay, so talking about, as you have been living here, so what do you like the most about Vietnam?
Most about Vietnam?
Yes.
Well, it's very laid back. I feel welcomed here. I've never felt very out of place, even though I look so different. It's very easy to sort of assimilate. You know what that word means? Yes. Assimilate into the culture. I love the food. I'm big into Vietnam food. Like I could probably list for you 25 Vietnamese foods.
Yeah. Try something.
Sure. So yesterday I had for the first time chả cá. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
My favorite is probably bún riêu.
Your pronunciation is very clear. Just try something more.
I only can pronounce foods.
Yeah. What about cơm rang? You know cơm rang?
I know cơm rang. Yeah.
Sticky rice.
Sticky rice. Yeah.
Soy.
I like soy.
Yeah. Awesome.
Tomorrow for dinner we're gonna have cơm suôn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about something that make you feel unhappy about here? Like you don't.
Well, I'm a winter person. I like snow. So this weather is a little bit hot for me, and there's no mountains close by. So that's really the only thing about Vietnam that is sad for me.
Yeah.
But other than that, 'cause I like hot weather, but I just miss the snow. I miss the snow from back home.
Because some people, they from Western country, when they first got here, they see that everything here is so crazy. You see that, the traffic here?
Oh, yeah.
And, the KL city, like, it's a lot of people, it's not like their country.
Yeah.
So I just want to walk around here and try to ask people about their thought about Vietnam when they first got here. And what do you think about Vietnam? Just tell me the truth.
I think it's one of the most beautiful countries I've ever seen. Probably the most beautiful one. Very nice people, especially on the countryside.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially the people.
Delicious
great.
food.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charming.
Awesome. What do you think about the traffic here? Because you said like you was riding motorbike here, right?
It's the first, let me say, kilometers I was a little bit afraid of, but you're going to grow in. Like after 2 or 3 days, it was
okay.
a part of the
Especially
traffic
on the countryside.
and so,
it was.
You like it?
I wouldn't say I like it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to go back to Switzerland to have a bit more sane traffic.
Okay, so is there anything that make you feel not good about here? Like make you feel unhappy about here?
Pollution is definitely a downside. Something. I mean, Switzerland is very clean.
Yeah.
We rarely have any garbage on the ground, and it definitely stinks.
Thank you for telling me about that. Yes, that's it, guys. What do you think about Vietnam?
I think it's nice. It's much more developed than I thought it would be beforehand.
Okay, so what the thing that you like the most? What is the thing that you like the most about Vietnam? And what do you dislike about Vietnam?
I think the nature here is amazing.
Yes.
It differs from the south of the country to the northern parts.
Yeah. Yes. And the food as well is really nice.
The food is very good.
What about the thing that you dislike about Vietnam?
Traffic, probably.
The traffic?
It's a bit crazy.
Why?
We're not used to having so many scooters everywhere.
Yeah, and people running red lights. And,
But I think that is something like particular about Vietnam that make people memorize the most.
Yeah.
What do you think about Vietnam?
I really like it, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you like the most?
I guess a few things. I think everybody I meet is really friendly. Like yourself and your friends.
Yes.
You guys are...
What about the traffic here? What do you think about there?
It's crazy and exciting, maybe at the same time.
Okay.
I've gone out with friends and been on the back of their moped in the middle of the rain at night. And it's, I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna fall. But everything seems fine so far. So.
Okay, so is there anything makes you dislike about Vietnam, like you don't feel happy about here?
No.
Nothing, right?
Not really. Maybe, alright, one thing, one complaint is if I don't, it's difficult to get south if I don't fly. It takes like 2 days of travel by train.
Yes.
But that's okay. That's the only thing, I guess. Other than that, it's fine.
Do you like the most about Vietnam?
I like the culture, I like the busyness of the city, but it's also pretty calm and everything's just working like clockwork.
Yeah.
I like watching people go about their lives.
Yes.
Different missions.
Yes.
I also like the way the streets in Hanoi are with the trees and how the buildings are built around the trees.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
What about the thing that you dislike about Vietnam? Like when you first got here, what makes you feel a little bit scared or something like that?
I haven't really felt threatened or upset at all, to be honest. But
now travel experience.
Okay.
So what do you think about Vietnam?
It's been amazing. We've really, really loved it. Every place we've visited has been so different and special in its own way. It's been really great.
Okay, and talking about what do you like the most here? What do you like the most here? Like, think about something, pop up in your head. Like...
So relaxed, everyone's relaxed.
Relaxed, yes.
Yeah, I think really the people are really nice.
Yeah. Yes, the people.
Yeah, everyone's been really helpful.
What do you think about the traffic here?
I don't like it. Crazy. Just organised chaos.
Yeah, it's very chaotic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so... what do you dislike about here? Is this about the traffic or
constant beeping? Yeah, noise.
What is horning, right?
Yeah.
So when you first got here, what do you think about Vietnam? Like,
maniac traffic.
Yeah.
More maniac than in Bangkok, for example.
Yes.
Yes, but I like it a lot.
And how long will you stay here?
21 days.
21 days.
Yes.
And are you planning to go somewhere in Vietnam?
I will make my plans in the next 2 days, but I plan to go first to Sapa, and then Halong,
Bay,
and then with a train, maybe with a train in the south.
Okay.
Because my flight to Germany goes from Ho Chi Minh.
Okay.
Back.
Okay. So what brings you here? Why do you go to Vietnam?
Because it's a country which I'm interested in for the last 3-4 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And I saw Thailand, I saw Cambodia, for example.
English here.
I did it in Ha Giang.
Ha Giang province.
Yeah, I went for teaching
That place
English.
Very beautiful.
It's really nice.
I've been there 2 times in my life.
Wow.
26. But I really want to get back there.
Yeah, it's really, the people are really sweet also.
The beauty of nature.
Yeah.
And about the food is really typical food there. I like it. Okay, so talking about the travel experience in Vietnam, so what do you like the most about Vietnam?
Okay, I started in Phu Quoc, the island, and went all the way up the south way to this area. Then I went to Hà Giang, come back here to stay 10 days in Hanoi extra.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, I like different things in Vietnam. Like the food is really nice, and the people are in some areas really cool and really friendly. And
what about you?
Yeah, I'm only here for a few days.
Yes.
Because this is the beginning of my trip, so I started here.
Yes.
And I will travel to the north, to Sapa.
Okay.
And then back here, and then go to the south. So I'm only seen Hanoi.
Yes. Is there anything about Vietnam that you dislike, like you don't feel happy about that? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please click subscribe button, and one more thing, don't forget to click the bell to see the newest video. See ya!
Inbreaking đã giúp mình có được những bước thăng tiến cơ bản và có thể là một nền tảng để mình phát triển hơn trong sự nghiệp. Inbreaking đã đem đến cho mình rất là nhiều điều, không chỉ là một phương pháp học thú vị mà nó còn thực sự là một sự thay đổi về tư duy, về thái độ tích cực trong cuộc sống cũng như trong việc học. Và cảm ơn Inbreaking vì tất cả.
Mình thấy là cái Inbreaking này khá là phù hợp. Nó giúp cho một người tự học này, tự quản lý thời gian của mình và tự biết là mình học đến đâu, giống như là một cái môi trường học ảo ấy, nhưng mà kết quả thật.
Phương pháp Inbreaking cũng vậy, không chỉ giống với cách học trước đây của mình mà Inbreaking còn bổ trợ cho những người học rất nhiều những tình huống giao tiếp quen thuộc hàng ngày. Nếu trước đây có Inbreaking, mình nghĩ việc học tiếng Anh sẽ không còn khó khăn như vậy, bởi mình có thể học online mọi lúc mọi nơi chỉ với một chiếc điện thoại và tai nghe.
2:15. Hey guys, it's Dan again, and in this video today I'm going to ask the tourists about traveling, and I'm going to ask them about their travel experience, or maybe the way that they make money to take really long vacation. Do you travel a lot?
No, I don't travel very much. About 3 or 4 times a year.
3 or 4 times a year.
This is my first tourist travel.
Okay.
Mostly I travel with my university.
Okay.
So I work.
You work hard.
We always work hard.
You love traveling?
I love traveling, and you meet the most interesting people traveling. Travelers. And Hanoi is where a lot of travelers come to rest.
Yeah, right.
Believe it or not.
Yes.
And then they go off to, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Philippines, Myanmar, but they come here to Hanoi to just rest for a little bit, and then they go off again.
Yeah.
So that's why Hanoi is very famous right now.
Yeah. You guys from Australia?
Australia,
so do you travel a lot? Or
this is my first time travelling out of the country.
Do you love traveling?
Yes.
And do you travel a lot?
This is the first time, but I've just done a month. Now I'll do 6 months maybe, and then go to the next places. But I'm liking it, yes.
Yeah.
So how often do you travel? And normally how long for a trip that you want to travel?
When I traveled with my family before, it was 2-week trips normally, every 2 years. But now I finished studying, so I've been traveling for a year and a half straight.
And do you like travel alone?
No. No, I'm shy. So.
There's not really a percentage. It depends on the person.
Many people just take short holidays, 2-week holidays, because of the time they have to take from work and from family commitments.
It's nice to get away out of the country.
Yeah, I always curious about the way that you guys traveling so much, because in here we are Vietnamese, so we have no time for traveling for a really long time like you guys always do.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see that a lot of people from Western countries like you guys take really long vacation
Yeah.
for 3 or 6 months.
You study a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
And in England, our schools will run from 8 a.m. in the morning till around 3:30 in the afternoon, and then that's finished. 5 days a week, Monday to Friday.
Really?
And then Saturday, Sunday, no school.
Yeah.
People will work a bit more, so they might start at 7, half 7, some people 6, some people 8, and they work till generally around 5, but it's the same 5 days a week, and then Saturday, Sunday off. But they can book off a week, 2 weeks, and then they'll go travelling or on holiday, as we call it. Travelling is more for when you quit your job, you pack your bags and you go for a long time.
Yeah. So can you tell me why do you want to take a lot of, I mean, in Vietnam, like young people like us, we didn't take a lot of time for, you know, for a vacation. So why do you want to take it so long? Do you want to learn something or?
Well, it's nice to meet different people from different countries, to get to know different cultures.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a great reason to travel around the world. Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, almost the same. I think it's really interesting to get in touch also with local people and that you actually can learn more about the culture, because I think it's more interesting to learn when you're there and not just only from books.
When you travel a lot, we can learn something from our trip. Or
Definitely, every culture is different, so you take in a lot and it makes you grow as a person as well.
Okay.
Try to immerse yourself in the culture of the country that you're in as much as possible.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But some people, you know, they are young like me, and they take really long for a year, or maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm always, you know, I always try to ask myself, like, why do they want to take really long vacation for really long time like that?
To be able to see the world, to be able to see how other people live, to see, you know, their cultures, and they're so different over here compared to Australia. Very, very different. People are so friendly in Vietnam.
Yes.
So really friendly people. And a lot of people to go travelling, they'll work, like go and do fruit picking or something like that for a few, you know, a year even, and they're able to go overseas.
Yeah.
And they also, like if they've been studying all their life, a lot of people in our culture like to take 1 year off before they go to university.
Okay.
So they finish high school.
The thing that they like to do, or they want to see.
They take a year just to let their brain rest, and then they go back to school again.
We never do that.
I think it's very important for socialising skills as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good experience.
Because we call it a gap year.
A gap year.
Yeah. So that's like a year in between high school and university. Take 1 year off. Not everyone does it, but some people.
Yeah, but in Vietnam, you know that we have to study in high school, and then we have to move to the university immediately.
Yeah.
And then after we finish the university, we have to come and get a job.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel really tedious and a little bit tired.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, you know, when I first got the chance to come to the university, I didn't like my major so much. But, you know, at that time, I really want to travel. But, you know, the money is a big issue for me at that time. Do you think that travel is very important in our life?
Yes, definitely, because it opens to more cultures, more religions, I don't know, more open-minded, and yeah, it's good. Traveling is good because you keep an open mind. People that don't really travel, they're quite narrow-minded. I don't know, I think it's good.
Yeah.
We take vacations and we get our holidays, but not everyone goes overseas.
You got to have the money to be able to go overseas.
Yeah, that's the way I'm always curious about the way that they make money for travel so long.
Yeah.
We are Vietnamese, and to be honest with you, we cannot take real long vacation for a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't know about the culture or not, but you know, as I have been through, I didn't spend a lot of time for traveling. So I'm always, you know, wonder that, you know, why the people there take a lot of vacation in a year. So what do you think about that?
If we have a job, then most of our jobs, if it's full-time, they give you 4 weeks off every year.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you can go overseas, because not everyone can afford to do that. But it means you get 4 weeks off every year, and they give you money to go away. So it's okay.
About the money is big issue. How we make money to travel for, you know, real long time like that way, because I see that a lot of Western people to come to my country and they take really long vacation.
Because it's very inexpensive here compared to the United States. So they can take their money, come here, and live pretty reasonably. Yeah. But my cell phone service in New York City cost me 10 times what I'm paying in Vietnam.
Right.
10 times more expensive. So, and my hotel is 1/10 the cost.
And do you have to work a lot to save your money and take real long vacation before? Do you have to work a lot? Or I'm curious about the way that you guys make money and spend that money for traveling. Because we are living in the really low standard country, so that means we cannot save a lot of money to travel abroad like you guys are doing right now.
Well, of course the flights here, for example, are really expensive, but then the living costs here in Vietnam compared to at home, they're much lower.
Yeah.
So it's actually traveling around here is not expensive, it's more like coming here that's expensive.
Do you think that we should take more vacation for enjoy life, or just?
I think you should take more vacation. I think you should slow down and smell the roses, because I think otherwise it will pass you by before you have a chance to enjoy it.
Do you think that young people like us should take more vacation?
Yes.
In a year.
Definitely, especially once you finish studying and everything. I think it's a good experience to go just explore as much as you can. Makes you happy.
Yeah. Young people like us should take more vacation in a year.
More vacation?
Yeah.
You have to travel.
I have a turn. Why?
Because it opens your brain. Meeting all different people and places and situations, and you go places you're kind of fearful. You don't know the water. You don't know the food. You don't know how to use the toilet. You don't know the language. You know nothing.
Okay. Why?
What do you do? It opens your brain. A lot of people don't want to travel, right? They're scared. But if you want to put yourself in that scary situation, and you go places you're kind of fearful. You don't know the water. You don't know the food. You don't know how to use the toilet. You don't know the language.
One more thing.
You know nothing.
Click the bell to see the newest video.
It opens your brain. You don't want to travel, right? They're scared. But if you want to put yourself in that situations, and you go places you're kind of fearful. You don't know the water. You don't know the food. You don't know how to use the toilet. You don't know the language.
One more thing.
You know nothing.
Click the bell to see the newest video.
Ciao a tutti ragazzi, sono Tyler e bentornati in un nuovo video. Siamo sotto Halloween, quindi prank horror, maschera in faccia. Quest'Halloween nelle sale uscirà Hellfest, un film horror veramente niente male. Per questo, per onorarlo, dovremo andare a spaventare le persone proprio con la maschera ufficiale del film. Non sono abituato a fare scary prank, però oggi ci proviamo, andiamo in questa notte di Halloween.
È già andato giù lui? Quasi cade.
Ci sono persone davvero orribili.
Camminano in mezzo a noi.
Raga, comunque non sono un esperto dei prank spaventosi, Anzi, userei questa maschera per rimorchiare ragazze, ma non credo sia possibile. Proviamo, non si sa mai.
Credi di farmi paura? No, spostati.
Davide, numero! Davide, numero!
No!
6235.
Ho rimorchiato questa e sono riuscito a ottenere il numero di telefono di una ragazza dopo averla spaventata a morte con la maschera. Questo perché di solito con i film horror si creano bei legami con le tipe, infatti mi vado a vedere Hellfest al cinema con la tipa rimorchiata. Raga, rimorchiare ad Halloween in piazza Duomo con una maschera horror in faccia senza nemmeno parlare. Fatto. E niente ragazzi, da Tyler Strikes è tutto, con questo video chiudiamo il prank di Halloween, non sono troppo capace. Ci rivediamo la prossima settimana con i soliti scherzi, nuove challenge, nuovo degrado con Tyler e Schere.
Do you mind if I ask you more about your business?
Okay, very good, go.
What kind of job are you doing right now?
Security, night security for an offshore company.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video today I'm gonna ask the foreigners about their job. Let's see how they make money and how much money they make per month.
Okay.
So I just want to do it for 1 or 2 minutes to ask you about your job.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so are you studying or are you working now?
Right now we're not doing anything.
But
when we come home, we are going to study.
Study. What kind of thing that you want to study when you get back home?
I will be studying economy.
Economy.
I will be studying physical engineering.
Awesome. I graduated from National Economics Universities, and my major is international business, like international trading. And I did get a job for a marketing position at a company, but I quit my job to open up my YouTube channel and try to do it, because that is a good way to make money on my YouTube channel too.
Yeah.
So I know that is very sensitive, but do you mind if I ask you about the average salary for a fresh graduate student when they first, graduate from their university?
Yeah, I guess he has to start with economy.
Yeah, economy. The same field like me.
Because it's different depending on what education you got.
Yeah. In Vietnam, to be honest, to be frank with you, will be 300 to 500 US dollars per month. So I think that is very low, right?
Yeah, it is. I would say for physical engineering, maybe the beginning salary would be around 5,000.
5,000 US dollars. Yeah. It's very high, but the cost of living is different, right?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's more expensive with everything.
So, are you guys on a gap year, like try to take a vacation before you decided to?
Yeah, that's right.
Get a job, right? So, how old are you?
23.
23 years old. Did you finish your school or are you studying?
I finished, 2 years ago. I graduated from university.
So, what kind of thing that you have been studying?
I studied sociology.
What is that?
Sociology. So it's like the study of society, kind of like
society,
like cultures and society and stuff.
I just finished my study in September, and it was like economics, like you, and I just chose to take a year off to travel. So I didn't work like really in my study competence, but after I will work in like urbanism, like urban planning. But
well, I'm German, but I currently live in London.
London. And can you tell me something about your job?
Sure, I work for TV, for a TV channel.
TV channel?
Yes.
Awesome. Like a speaker or something like...
No, I am in the background. I'm one of the producers.
Producer. Talking about the job, so is it easy to get a job in your country for a fresh graduated student?
Well, it is and it isn't. It's a big city and there's a lot of opportunities, but it's also very competitive.
Very competitive.
Yes.
And how long have you been living in London?
3 years.
3 years?
5.
5. And how do you get a job there? Like, how did you apply for the job in London?
I was in Germany when I applied for the job, and I applied online on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Yeah. And you too?
Same, either LinkedIn or other websites.
Other websites.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. So I know that is very sensitive, but what is the average salary for a fresh graduate student who graduates from university?
It really depends on the industry. I think it's difficult to say in general. Overall,
communications is really different from finance, for example, from real estate. They're really different. But
thank you so much for watching this video. Please click subscribe button, and one more thing, don't forget to click the bell to see the newest video.